In this video, I'm going to dig into the best compact SUVs to buy in 2023, exploring most of their attractive features. First, let's get started with the all-new Honda CRV. The Honda CRV is the benchmark when it comes to compact SUVs, and that's because it does everything so well. It really has no weakness. The brand new CRV received a complete overhaul as it entered its 6th generation, and with the new generation, it utilizes a brand new platform shared with the new Civic and HR-V. Also, the CR-V does grow significantly in size for this generation. On the exterior, the new CR-V looks more modern, edgy, and overall more sporty. The front end is very different than previous model, much longer with a higher hood, and that black grille and sleek-looking headlights do look very nice. Overall, I do like the exterior look of the CR-V quite a bit. If you look at the side and rear, the overall profile does still look similar, but the vehicle has grown in size, and you'll notice that on the interior. The CR-V has always been enormous on the inside, and this year's model is no different. In fact, like I said, it got much larger. The new CR-V comes with plenty of legroom in the first row and second row, plenty of headroom, and even more cargo space. Besides an enormous amount of room on the inside, everything else on the inside has been redesigned as well. The CR-V has a lot of nice trim on the inside. You can configure it with giant infotainment system, and also there's plenty of cubby holes, cup holders, and plus you get a lot of features previously not available. The CR-V on the inside has been greatly improved with modern tech such as wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Also, you can configure the CR-V with a giant infotainment touchscreen right on the dash. And overall, the CR-V has plenty of cubby holes and cup holders for the entire family. I do like the interior. I think it's an upgrade over the previous model. In terms of performance, the new CR-V gets an upgraded all-wheel drive system that transfers torque distribution from the front to rear and side to side better than the previous generation. And as for the powertrain, you have two different options, both new but similar. The EX and EXL gets a 1.5-liter turbocharged i4, and you're getting about 190 horsepower. With the hybrid, you also get a turbocharged i4, but mated with dual electric motors, and the output goes from 190 to 204. Overall fuel economy goes up significantly with the hybrid as well. And as for the drive, it's quieter and more comfortable, and the seats are simply better. As for pricing, there are 4 trim levels to the brand new CR-V. 2 are hybrids, 2 are non-hybrids. The base starts around $32,000, and the hybrid base starts around $34,000. Next up, let's talk about the Toyota Rav4. Since its initial release, the Toyota Rav4 has become one of the most popular compact SUVs you could buy today, and that's because of its practicality, efficiency, and reasonable base price. The Rav4 is not only a bestseller for Toyota, but it's also the world's overall best-selling car. On the exterior, the base Rav4 is more similar to its bigger brothers, the 4Runner and the Tacoma. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't have the same off-road capabilities. The Rav4 is definitely meant not to go off-road. They are meant for more suburban tasks. On the interior, the Rav4 is well-built and comfortable and plenty of room for 5 passengers. This year, Toyota replaced Rav4's infotainment system with a more modern one and comes with a larger display. An 8-inch display replaced last year's standard 7-inch display on lower trims, while the higher trims receive a larger 10.5-inch display. Now, the Rav4 does have shelf space on the dash, which is really unique, and also complements the large center console. Now, the Rav4 does provide decent amount of cargo room, but if you wanted more, you could always fold down the rear seats, which fold nearly flat to open up the cabin for more cargo room. Under the hood, the new Rav4 uses a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine paired to 8-speed automatic, and overall, you do get 203 horsepower. But of course, if you wanted better fuel economy, you can get a Rav4 in hybrid trim. And if you wanted even better fuel economy and even some performance, you could get a Rav4 Prime, which is a plug-in hybrid for the Rav4. Now, with the RAV4 hybrid, you're still getting that 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, but it's assisted by 2 additional electric motors, and overall output goes up to 219. So not only do you get better fuel economy, but you also get more horsepower. Front-wheel drive non-hybrid RAV4s gets an estimated 35 miles per gallon on the highway. Now, if you opt for the hybrid model of the RAV4, fuel economy goes up to 38 mpg on the highway. And if you want to drive without using any fuel at all, well, the RAV4 Prime allows you to travel in pure EV mode up to 42 miles. Now, the base price of a RAV4 starts around $28,000, and the base price of a hybrid RAV4 starts around $31,000. And if you're looking for RAV4 Prime, it starts around $41,000. Next up, let's talk about the 2023 Hyundai Tucson. Now, the new Tucson isn't the flashiest compact SUV, but it does offer tremendous comfort, great fuel economy, interior refinement, and because of these things, the Tucson is one of the more popular compact SUVs in this segment. Hyundai redesigned the Tucson last year, giving it more distinctive styling, a more modernized interior, and of course, all the latest features. This year, not many things have changed with the Tucson, but there is a new trim level labeled XRT, which gives the Tucson a more outdoor look. Now, just like the RAV4, the Tucson does have a wide variety of trims and powertrains, including a hybrid version and a plug-in hybrid. Not every SUV manufacturer offers these options. On the inside of the Tucson, the styling is crisp and elegant, highlighted by a dash that flows seamlessly from door to door. The cabin is extremely quiet and there isn't much road or wind noise while driving at higher speeds. The new Tucson also has a very spacious and upscale interior with enough room for 5 people, plus plenty of cargo room. The Tucson has 38.7 cubic feet of cargo room behind the rear seats, and if you fold down the second row, you get 74.8 cubic feet of storage. That is among the largest in this compact SUV class. Also, the Tucson has very comfortable seats, an easy-to-use infotainment system, and plenty of standard tech and safety features. And as for the ride, the Tucson definitely has a smooth ride, has nice handling, and a very quiet cabin. Now, the non-hybrid Tucson is powered by a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine producing 187 horsepower. Now, if you wanted better fuel economy and more horsepower, the Tucson Hybrid gives you 226 horsepower, which is a big jump from the base engine. And if you wanted even more power and ability to drive with zero gas, well, the plug-in hybrid Tucson gives you 261 horsepower combined and allows you to drive up to 33 miles in EV mode. As for fuel economy, a non-hybrid Tucson gives you about 32 miles per gallon on the highway. When it comes to the hybrid, you're getting about 36 miles per gallon on the highway. And as for the plug-in hybrid, we're talking about 35 miles per gallon on the highway. You're getting about 80 mpge when you combine the EV driving and the gas driving. Now, one thing that Hyundai offers that very little manufacturers offer is a great warranty. With the Tucson, you get 5-year, 60,000 miles bumper-to-bumper warranty and a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. As for pricing, the Tucson starts around $26,500, the hybrid starts around $29,000, and the plug-in hybrid starts right around $35,000. Now, next, I want to talk about the corporate cousin to the Hyundai Tucson, and that is the 2023 Kia Sportage. The Kia Sportage has been redesigned for this year, and it has a brand new exterior look, a new interior cabin, more powertrain options similar to the Tucson, and it grew significantly in size versus the last generation. Now, because the Sportage is the corporate cousin to the Tucson, it's very similar in terms of powertrain. You can get a non-hybrid, hybrid, and a plug-in hybrid, which is great because, again, not many manufacturers offer all these kind of models. Now, with the outside, the Sportage is unconventional. It definitely looks different, a bit alien. It's a very futuristic looking car and may not be for everyone. The front end has funky looking headlights with daytime running lights on both sides. It also has a grille and nostril like feature that just makes it look very different. The rest of the car is toned down, but the front end definitely sticks out. Now, Kia does give you a ton of bang for your buck. So even with the base trim, the LX, you're getting 17-inch alloy wheels. You get drive modes, LED headlights, and taillights. And on the inside, you still get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, 8-inch touchscreen display, and even a 12.2-inch instrument display. For other manufacturers, you're not getting these kind of features on the base trim. Now, I did mention the new Sportage is significantly larger than the previous generation in all dimensions, which translates to a lot of usable space on the inside. In fact, the Kia Sportage has more cargo room than any other SUV in the compact SUV segment. There's just a tremendous amount of room on the inside, and I would argue the Sportage is coming close to the mid-size SUV dimensions. And besides interior space, the Kia Sportage does have a really nice cabin that I might even consider class leading. Even on lower trims, you're getting dual displays. On the higher trims, you get two larger displays, two 12.3-inch screens molded together, and it just looks fantastic. Also, you could get enormous features like a giant panoramic sunroof, heated seats, a 360 view camera system. Of course, you still get plenty of USB ports, different driving modes, and all the safety features one would be looking for. Now, in terms of powertrain, pretty much identical to the Tucson. A non-hybrid Sportage utilizes a 2.5-liter four-cylinder producing 187 horsepower. But of course, if you wanted more horsepower and better fuel economy, you can get a hybrid, which bumps that power output to 226 horsepower. And with the Sportage plug-in hybrid, you're getting 261 horsepower. Now, as for pricing, the Sportage base is around $27,000, the hybrid around $29,000, and the plug-in hybrid coming in around $38,000. And Kia, just like Hyundai, does provide one of the best warranties out there. So again, you're getting 5 years, 60,000 miles bumper to bumper, and in terms of powertrain, 10 years or 100,000 miles. Next up, let's look at the 2023 Nisan Rogue. Now, Nissan's best-selling car has to be the Rogue, and it is one of the top-selling compact SUVs within the last decade. The Nisan Rogue was redesigned in 2021, and the new Rogue definitely has a more boxy and more masculine exterior look versus the previous generation. The front end still has a large V-shaped motion grille, even larger than the previous one, and you have these funky looking headlights set up on both sides. Now, the rest of the Rogue has a more squarish and boxy look, and I definitely think it's a big improvement with this new generation. And as for size, a Rogue does grow significantly in size versus the last generation. So cargo room has gone up tremendously, and passenger room has also gone up tremendously. The new Rogue's interior has a luxury feel as long as you're getting the upper trims like the upscale SL or Platinum. And with the upper trims, you're treated to quilted semi-aniline leather seats, which are really nice. You have 3 large digital displays. You have a heads-up display, a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, and a 9-inch infotainment screen. And you get features like wireless charging and Nissan Safety Shield 360. Now, the lower trims of the Rogue does get cloth seating, and you get a smaller 8-inch infotainment system. But the good thing is Apple CarPlay, Android Auto comes standard in all trim levels. And of course, other nice features like tri-zone automatic climate control, heated seats, heated steering wheel, navigation, dual pane, panoramic moonroof are all available. Now, the new Rogue comes with only one engine option, and that is a turbocharged 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine that makes 201 horsepower. You heard that right, a 3-cylinder engine. It is mated to a CVT transmission and comes in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Now, with the turbocharged 3-cylinder engine, the Rogue can achieve 30 miles per gallon in the city and 37 miles per gallon on the highway. That is for the front-wheel drive. If you go all-wheel drive, it drops to 28 miles per gallon in the city and 35 miles per gallon on the highway. Unfortunately, with the Rogue, there is no hybrid option, nor is there a plug-in hybrid option. The base price of the Rogue starts around $27,000 and tops out close to $40,000. Now, the last car I want to talk about is the new 2023 Mazda CX50. The CX50 is Mazda's newest SUV in the lineup and has a lot of similarities to the CX5. Now, many people are confused about the differences between a CX50 and a CX5. They're both in the same segment. But Mazda created CX50 for people that wanted a more masculine, a more outdoors type of SUV, one that they would travel outdoors more with. The CX50 does look bigger. It has a longer front end, a bigger grille. You can also see bigger side fenders as well. And the headlights and bumpers are bigger and look more aggressive too. However, on the inside, the interior of the CX50 is actually a little bit smaller than the CX5. Even with that said, there's still a good amount of cargo room behind the second row. And of course, you could fold down the second row to expand the cargo space. Now, the CX50's interior does look nice and resembles the rest of Mazda's SUV lineup. You can configure the CX50 with nice contrasting seats, and you do get a large infotainment system that's right on the dash. The seats inside are comfortable, look nice, but they're a little bit more aggressive versus the others in this class. So they are a little bit stiffer, but they hold you better when you're making a turn. The rest of the cabin does feel cozy and snug, more like a sports car. The digital gauge cluster is nice, and I really do like that steering wheel as well. Of course, the CX50 can be configured with nice goodies such as wireless charger, giant panoramic sunroof. You have different driving modes. You can also get adaptive front lighting system, which moves the headlights for you when you turn. Also heads-up display, 360 view camera system, and of course all the latest safety features. Now, as for powertrain, the CX50 has the same powertrain options as the CX5. You could choose a natural aspirated 4-cylinder or a turbocharged 4-cylinder. The natural aspirated 4-cylinder produces 187 horsepower, and a turbocharged one produces 256 horsepower. And not only that, 320 pound-feet of torque. The turbocharged 4-cylinder definitely makes the CX50 very lively and very enjoyable to drive. Now, as for the drive itself, the CX50 is tuned to be more aggressive. Mazdas tend to be more sporty, so the suspension is a little bit harsher, but the turns feel a whole lot better and there's less body roll. As for fuel economy, the CX50 can get up to 24 miles per gallon in the city and 30 miles per gallon on the highway. And as for pricing, the CX50 starts at $28,000 and tops out around $43,000. So to conclude, if you're looking for a compact SUV that offers you plenty of convenience, affordability, practicality, and fuel efficiency, you definitely want to look at one of the SUVs I talked about today. Overall, what are your thoughts? Which one are you leaning towards? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye-bye.